So, can you briefly explain us what is EFMA?
Yeah, first of all,
Sorry.
yeah, very good morning or already afternoon. First of all, very good morning to all of you. It's a pleasure to be with you. I already know some faces. It's glad to get in touch with you again. So, what EFMA is and why we're discussing about that. What I see, the whole program is about digital banking, about everything which you're going to discuss today. There's one important thing, of course, that how you as a bank, as an incumbent bank, as I see most of you are, can actually get transformed, get open innovation, get moved forward. Because with all the cultural and leadership you have, because I travel across the whole many countries, I know it's not that easy. And that's why bankers, like 46 years ago, they decided, okay, we need to have a platform where, open platform, there's no any pressure, where you as a community can get together and simply share the best practice. So one of the core values of EFMA is simply to get connected with the largest peer-to-peer network, which is currently more than 3,000 members across the globe, and be able to...
How many?
More than 3,000.
3,000?
Yes.
All over the globe?
Across the whole globe.
So, EFMA, the E doesn't stand for Europe anymore?
It started here in Europe, but at the moment it's really global because we have offices in Singapore, Australia, America, where we really try to get connected with all members.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit define what's your role in the ecosystem, meaning the banking ecosystem and the fintech ecosystem as well?
Yes, there's a lot of discussion how to actually build up the ecosystem where you can collaborate, partner, and bring the innovation stuff. And that's where EFMA stands for, where actually you as a bank, you can actually get connected with the top innovators, not only in banking, but also in fintechs, also other third parties, and collaborate together. So this is something, a community, an association, because it belongs to you as bankers and insurance companies, and be able to discuss these hot topics you have about open banking, about PSD2, about all stuff, digital banking, digital distribution, and so on and so on.
And here in Athens, you do what these days? Because
yes, we always try to have also, we call it intimate meetings, where without any pressure, competitive pressure, of course, you can discuss in small tables and round tables the key challenges. So, for example, on SME banking side, or affluent and private banking side, or how to drive the digital distribution network in a way that it can become, for example, phygital, so combining physical and digital in analyzing the customer needs and so on.
So can you tell us, as your role in this association, in the ecosystem, what do you believe that the main trends in the European digital banking and fintech ecosystem? What do you see as the big trends?
Yes, so when we, thanks to the Global Innovation Awards we hold every year, we have very good overview what's going on in different regions and continents. We receive around more than 500 applications and case studies, what's going on. So we have around 3,000 case studies in our innovation library in banking and insurance. And thanks to that, we can analyze the key trends as you asked for. What we see, definitely, we see kind of 6 trends. I will just briefly talk about them, but what we see is one big mega trend among those 6, connected. And that this is the new technology, which of course enables better customer experience, a better value proposition for the customer, but combining technology with one important thing, and with human. We shouldn't forget about the one fact that the human should be behind. And I'll just tell you exactly the things. Many of us, you know, that bots is one of the trends which everybody is trying to provide and offer to your customers. But is really customers would like to talk to a chatbot or bot? is sometimes very difficult. So you need to somehow combine the technology behind and then a banking advisor. Just to give you an example, for example, coming from Poland, mBank, probably you've heard of them or not, they actually set up a kind of virtual assistant. And when the regular bot is not able to handle the conversation at the appropriate level, it's actually handled by a bank advisor. So it's combination that banks don't forget about that, okay, here is the technology, but there is also a human factor which should be behind.
That's one trend.
Yes.
You said 6, I didn't say 6.
Yeah, 6. So definitely bots. Bots who can deal with not only with regular simple commands. No, it goes much more beyond. We know about Alexa and an old Echo and so on. Some of the banks like OCBC in Singapore are able to already generate leads via bots. So where a bot can able to provide you lending and loans in terms of your profile, your credibility, and then to really make it from not just nice to have that new technology stuff, but something already which provides you digital sales. So this is one. Then not to forget about that we have many sub-segments where in the past, because of the price and service cost, we were not able to handle them. For example, frequent travelers across the globe. So Dito by TravelX hand up a specific application where you can handle your foreign exchange wherever you are and where you travel. We can withdraw money, you can change the money. So you have multiple accounts with almost nothing. And these sub-segments are the niche you can handle and better serve in the future and get some value and profit out of them. That's very much connected with SME banking. SME banking was many times undermined or underestimated. Very much we had applications from retail just somehow changed that it could work also for micros and small business. But there are already things where banks can see the value in collaborating with fintechs and where fintechs can provide better value in terms of credibility of those startups or small companies where we many times don't know their profile and credibility. And in these terms, for example, where give you the right example, National Bank of Australia partnering with Xero Fintech, which provides accounting. So customers, SME customers, provide directly the accounting to the bank via Xero, and they can better understand what's going on. Even there is a positive correlation thanks to outside data coming from digital data like TripAdvisor. Some analysts say that if there is a good business and it's very well ranked by TripAdvisor, it's actually pretty high, I would say.
So besides the financial, you should also see the TripAdvisor say.
Yeah, TripAdvisor. I mean, banks need to actually monetize what they have, especially the data. They forget about how much they can have and can do, where even the public source data, again, a source which can help. A bank like you in Australia provides nice comparisons, depends where you live and households, that you can compare your finances with others. If you actually spend enough or less or more based on the electricity and other things, so you can better understand your financial position.
Okay, what else? We've covered
we have, of course, big data transactions, something where we also use PFMs. It's nice to have. If I would ask you how many of your clients are really use PFM in the end of the day, I guess not that many.
Not that many, at least in Greece. I don't know about other countries.
But it's more or less the case elsewhere as well. But how you can provide with, if you are able to proceed the big data properly, how you can make it as a lead generation thing. So again, to be more specific, Tips by Sberbank in Russia is able to manage, based on your lifestyle, the PFM, the way how you like to go. So it's not just warns you about some savings targets you would like to have, but actually reminds you some anniversaries, the way how you can actually declare your taxes, and the way to offer you, just give you an example, you have an anniversary with your wife, so offer you, next door, okay, you can buy a flower. This is actually a network we have a discount with, and you can buy it.
What about blockchain and that?
A blockchain, there is, you probably have heard of
That's the most hyped thing.
That's the most hyped things, but that's the question I actually raised many times. But the thing is, so how to provide the value out of it? Where we see, of course, is several areas. One of them is, of course, payments, KYC. In payments, what we saw, a very good example is collaboration between Santander and Ripple. Probably you've heard of that, about international payments. So you can really, thanks to blockchain technology, speed up the whole process of passing the money from country to country, and for a really cheap price.
Okay, thanks very much.
Yes.
It was really helpful. And thanks for your time.